Welcome to the Box Score Sports Podcast.
Let's move on to the Chargers. You ready to do that?
Okay.
Okay, we'll start with the LA we'll continue with the LA Chargers, I should say. So the Chargers last year finished 11 and 6. They were 20th in offense, which includes 19th in pass, 17th in their run offense. Defensively, they were first in scoring defense last year. So, what was your favorite move that the Chargers made?
They went full in on what I call hardball mentality.
Yeah.
Marion Hampton, I hate to say it, if he's legit
hmm
and as good as they say he is, the play action pass that you just see Harbaugh running 20 times a game is going to be deadly, especially with that particular quarterback. So if I was a Chargers fan, I'd be psyched that yeah, you're not in this run and gun type stuff, but you're playing more his thing, his type of offense.
Yeah, I agree. I think they worked on their offensive line, bringing Mekhi Becton in and other offensive linemen in, and then like you mentioned, the running back they drafted Hampton, and they brought in Najee Harris. Which, if I'm thinking like,
Right.
I'm not like, so I'm not, I think he can be overrated at times, but I think his physical, the way he runs strong. I always thought the Steelers' offensive line was you
Yeah.
know, not really great. If you
Right.
put him better behind a better offensive line, he might be a little bit more lethal. So even them going out and getting him on top of getting Hampton, that's like you said, they are really putting forth the Harbaugh mentality this season. I think we're going to see a lot more, a better. I think they will have a better than 17th rush offense this year. I think they'll get in the top 15. I really think so.
Yeah. I mean, if they don't, if I was them, I'd consider it a fail season. You know what I mean? Other than, I mean, if you can't make it better than 17th with these two runners,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and up in that offense line. Okay, what was your least favorite move, or yeah, that they made?
They brought back, oh wow, his name escaped me. I'm gonna say Williams.
Oh, Mike
The
Williams.
Yeah, and it's like, um, you need to get more receiving help. And as a Chiefs fan, I'm saying, oh wow, retread. I won't say retread, but somebody towards the downhill side of their career, I would have thought that they would have gotten more receivers, but depends on what kind of a Chargers fan. If I was a Chargers fan, what I would want. But I think going back to what I said, my favorite move was it's obvious which way they're going.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, and then and not just bringing Mike Williams back, but Keenan Allen back, which Keenan
oh, Keenan
Allen.
Allen, that's the other one I'm sticking to.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah,
like 4 years ago, Chargers meeting up with present Chargers, right?
right.
Yeah. So I think those are interesting moves. I like that if Allen still has it, he's a great route runner, so he'll find ways to get open. But it's just like sometimes there's progress stoppers, and you don't want him to be a progress stopper. I don't know if he'll be that, but I put down losing Ford, their defensive tackle. That was huge because they were such a good defense last year. And he was part of the reason why they were able to be a good defense stuffing that middle. And they also lost Fulton, which I think he went to the Chiefs actually, their corner, and then
Yeah.
Asante Samuel Jr. is gone as well. So their secondary is going to look a little different this year. So I think that could be both. That could not necessarily a bad thing, but it's one of those things now we have to wait and see if it works out. And they traded basically they brought Khalil Mack back, but they let Joey Bosa go. So the defense is going to look a little bit different, being the number one defense last year. They brought in a little bit more of Harbaugh's guys. They let some guys go. We'll see if that works out. And they're still the number one defense. I have faith in Harbaugh in that area, but it is a little bit risky. You think like if it's not broke, why fix it type thing. And and,
Right.
and they made some big changes. So we'll see
Yeah.
what how that works out.
Plus, they got a little older across the board too with some of those signings.
Right, exactly. Yep. Green flag. What's the green flag for you for the Chargers?
Uh, they got a I mean, last year they got a bad offensive team to the playoffs. Um, I think this team, at least offensively, and you did make some good points about their defense. This team across the board offensively is, I think, going to be better.
Hmm.
Um, Plus, if they got to patch holes and stuff between now and the start of the season, or even into the season, they got a ton of salary cap space, so they can go get somebody if they need to plug a hole. So I think green flag offensively, on paper they look like they're going to be much much better.
Yeah, just to add on to that, the run game especially, I think is going to
Yeah,
take a leap. And sort of my green flag is the second year of Harbaugh. I think like if you look at his, especially in San Francisco, first year he did good, but then the second year they made kind of a bigger leap. I think we might see a little bit of a better overall team. It might not show up record wise, okay, so they still might not get to like they won 11 games last year, okay, so it's hard to
right.
win more than 11 games.
Yeah,
But I think, like you said, the offense will be noticeably better, I think. So if the defense takes just a little step back, but the offense takes a bigger jump forward, they were 20th last year. They jump into the top 15, top 12. I think they'll take that
yeah,
trade
yeah,
off.
and kind of goes in hand with with Denver too.
Hmm.
You got these coaches putting their imprint
Yep.
on their teams at almost the same time. So it's, who's going to win that battle can make a huge difference.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yep. Red flags. What's any red flags for the
Depending on now this may sound like a weird one because I was trying to think what would be a really red flag for me, and they may not have the right quarterback for the direction that they seem to be going. Now, that
mm,
sounds very strange, but I don't know if Justin Herbert is the right guy for what Harbaugh is trying to do. Um, Not that I wouldn't love to see Herbert go someplace else. I mean, and maybe he'll function tremendously different, but I don't think he's ever been in an offense that literally is looking for run first, pass 15 at the most 15 yards down the field or 5 yards. So that it's not a blazing red flag, but I do kind of wonder if that's going to begin to affect the psyche of his quarterback.
okay. Okay, yeah, I
Yeah.
love Herbert. I'm not saying that you don't. Maybe you're just saying basically like it's a
It's
square
the wrong,
peg, round hole
yeah.
type thing. Okay.
No, and you put him someplace else that does want to.
Miami. Come on.
Miami, there you go. I mean, put him in Miami, and then 5,000 yards later.
Yeah.
But that kind of would be. He just doesn't seem like the right type of quarterback that he needs. And I'm not saying you go get Joe Flacco to run this
No,
offense,
no.
but it's basically like a Joe Flacco from,
Sure.
that's the time. That's at least in my view.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, so he might be more of like a throw it downfield, like type of quarterback. Let loose the cannon, maybe not a play action five
right.
yard out type of quarterback or a play act. Yeah. And it's possible. I'm gonna trust that he is more than that. I do feel like his talent could be useful in other offenses, but if they can get the play action pass working and he can figure that aspect out of the game, he's going to be hard to stop because he has the
Right.
arm. Yeah.
Yeah, he
So
does.
with that being said, my red flag is the weapons. I don't know if I totally trust the weapons that he has to pass to. Now, obviously me and you were kind of like gushing a little bit about the run game. Well, other than that, you think of McConkey. I love McConkey, but then you brought in Johnston and Allen back, which I don't know how much either guy has. Like Johnston, I don't know what he dropped. I think he's the guy. Was it him or the other one that like would drop like the easy passes and then they make.
John, the kid from TCU, right? Johnson
Okay,
or Johnson.
yeah. Was that the guy they traded this offseason or this is no, this guy. This is yeah, Quentin Johnston. Yeah, him.
There you go. Yeah.
So I'm not so I don't fully trust him yet. And then Allen is just like how much more does he have in him? They don't really have Disley. Will Disley's a fine tight end, but it's not like he's anything special. So like the people he has to really throw to is either McConkley or, like if you still believe in Allen, if Johnston can just hold on to the ball and stop dropping the ball. And so I'm still not like comfortable with the weapons that they have around him yet.
Yeah, and that could be the problem, I guess, if McConkley is having a bad day and the other receivers are not getting any separation, and all of a sudden now, whether it's Raiders, Broncos, or Chiefs are putting 9 guys in the box,
Yeah.
that could go really sideways really quick for
Correct.
them.
Yeah. 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 So this would be a team that I'd watch maybe even before the trade deadline hits. Maybe they might make a move for a wide receiver. Who knows? But for right now, I'm just not trusting them. Okay, fantasy go-to for the Chiefs.
I would take a chance and go draft Hampton, and maybe
Mhm.
even early if
Mhm.
that's what the Chargers want to do. McConkley might be somebody if you can get him a couple rounds down, because no matter what happens, the two of them have to excel if the
Yeah.
Chargers are going to go.
Correct.
So
Yep. 100%. I have both those guys down. I even have Harris down. I think there could be some fatigue with him where people drafted him pretty high last couple years, like thinking he was going to explode on the Steelers. So he might be one of those guys who kind of falls a little in the draft because people are sick of him, not realizing that now he might be in the right offense for him.
right,
He might be a little bit of a steal, but I overall agree with you. Hampton, McConley, and then McConkley, I should say McConkley, and then maybe depending on the league you're in, Herbert might be like a very late round quarterback to take a chance on.
yeah,
But you could have a different quarterback or like a rookie quarterback or a quarter something else.
yeah,
But yeah.
yeah. No.
Okay, prediction. What do you have for the predictions? So the over under I found is 9.5 for the Chargers this year. What say you, Travis?
I was going to go 10-7.
Hmm.
I think that they're better. The entire division is better, but I think that they're overall better. So I think they're going to cause some problems in their non-division games for people.
Yeah, I have 11-6, so I went over as
11-6.
well. Yeah, so I think it's going to be similar to last year. They went 11-6. It's going to look like maybe you could say, oh well, they're stagnant, right? But I don't think it's going to be like a stagnant thing. I think they're going to just be better. Maybe not as many close games. Like they'll blow teams out a little bit more. The offense will be noticeably better. That's how I feel about it. So.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for watching this clip of the Box Score Sports podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to our channel. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter or X. And we'll talk to you guys real soon. See ya.